Welcome back to the S&G Bookkeeping channel. In today's video, we're going to be going over QuickBooks Online inventory tracking and how you could utilize it for your e-commerce store. That way you could keep track of all your inventory on QuickBooks and have it automatically sync whenever you sell a product. Arthur is going to go over this in this tutorial, but before we jump into that, just a quick reminder that if these videos aren't helpful enough for you and you need a more personalized walkthrough, we are offering 2 hours free where you can spend with us on a call and we'll go over exactly what you're struggling with in your QuickBooks experience. Now, Arthur will take care of the tutorial.
So before we get further on with this QuickBooks Online inventory tutorial, just want to tell you two quick things. First of all, QuickBooks Online inventory tracking only works with QuickBooks Online Advanced and Plus subscriptions. If you don't have either of those, then unfortunately you won't be able to track your inventory. Second of all, if you do have either of those, you actually have to turn on inventory tracking in your account and settings, and I'll show you how to do that right now. So once you log into QuickBooks Online and you're in the home page, you're going to come up to this top right and click on the gear icon, then go to account and settings under your company. On the left, see a couple tabs. We want to click on sales, press OK. Scroll down to products and services and click on the pencil icon to edit. So we're looking at this track inventory quantity on hand. If that's already on for you, that's great. If not, just toggle it on, press yes, and save. So that's part one done. And before we get further on, I just want to give you a little tip and suggest that you do at least an annual inventory count of all your products on hand, and preferably even more often than that, quarterly, if you do have the capacity to do so. And the main reason for this is just to make sure that you have the most accurate information in QuickBooks as you can possibly have, and that correlates to what is actually going on in your business. But then let's come over here to the left-hand side and get a little bit more in depth. And then once we go down to sales, hover over that and then go to products and services. So I want to play out a couple of scenarios. So let's say you're brand new to QuickBooks, brand new to business, and you don't have any quantity on hand. So let's say you're putting in your new inventory items. Once you fill out all this information, your initial quantity on hand would most likely be zero. But however, if you're an experienced business, but you're brand new to QuickBooks, you most likely already have some quantity on hand. So this would be whatever number that corresponds to the actual quantity that you have in your business after your latest inventory count. But it's inevitable that after you've been in business for a while that some things might get stolen, unfortunately, or you lose some inventory items. So I just want to show you how to make that adjustment. So for example, if we're taking a look at sprinkler heads, let's actually look at sprinkler pipes. Instead of 25, you do your inventory count and you realize that you actually have 19. So what we can do is click on this down arrow, press adjust quantity, and typically this inventory adjustment account would be cost of goods sold. And like we said, instead of 25, we have 19. Just enter that in, and QuickBooks automatically populates that -6. I'm going to move my head here, press save and close. And there we go, inventory quantity adjustment 5 saved. Now I just want to show you a couple of reports you can run to make the most out of the information that you have in QuickBooks with your inventory. So click on reports on the left there, and then we're going to go to find report by name. Just type in inventory. And we have 3 main reports: inventory valuation summary. And what that covers is basically the quantity on hand for each item and the total value of that asset. So as you can see here, for example, if you look at the pump, we have 20 pumps with an asset value of 200, and that gives us a calculated average of $10 per pump. You could also run the report as of a certain day and certain periods as well, depending on specifically what information you're trying to find. Then back to report list. Let's go back to inventory and valuation detail. Very similar to what we just saw in the summary report, but this just gives you a little bit more information about the transactions for each inventory item. As you can see, we sold 5 of these pumps to Amy's Bird Sanctuary, and you can see certain patterns about which clients are buying which types of inventory and which sorts of inventory are your best sellers, for example. Gives you some good information about that. Then just go back to report list, and I want to look at this last one, physical inventory worksheet. So this shows you Similar information to what we've seen previously, but just adds a couple more things. For example, the reorder point and the quantity on order. And what quantity on order means is basically you've put in a purchase order for example, 8 of these pumps or 3 of these rock fountains. So you're waiting on that certain quantity to come into the shop, into your business, so you could resell it to other clients. And looking at this reorder point, what is a reorder point? So let me show you that real quick. So as you can see, there's a null value here for the sprinkler pipes. So let's click on that. And you can see there's a null value because there's nothing entered in the reorder point. So let's say currently we have 19, but our reorder point is 10, meaning that after we sell 9, or unfortunately, like I said, maybe someone steals a couple and we have to make an inventory adjustment, then once we get down to 10 of these pipes, then QuickBooks actually sends us a reminder to purchase more of them, because we want to make sure we have enough to sell potential clients that do want to purchase those. So let's save and close that. And then if we just refresh the report, you can see, there we go. There's the 10 that we just inputted. So I hope this helps you out with your inventory tracking, and thank you so much for watching.